Hi everybody, my name is Jan Dufour and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator living just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. Today I'm going to show you a very simple card. This is a Father's Day card for my two boys and my husband. Don't tell them. I don't think they follow me. And I wanted to make it simple, and next week I will be making blank cards, but this would be the type of thing you could use where you would leave this white inner die cut, which is used, I use something fancy dies and the two smaller ones. So this one is the actual sentiment. I would cut that out of basic white or whatever color you were going to use, and then cut out whatever color you were complementing it with and leave it unglued so that I could put any sentiment in it at a later date. But I did use the Wishing You a Happy Father's Day from He's All That. If you're watching me from YouTube and you want to go to my blog, because that is where I make my project sheets, and I also have other updates and announcements, you would go to stampmesilly.com. If you have any questions, you can email me at jandufour@yahoo.com. And if you don't have a demonstrator and would like to purchase any of these products, you can go to jandufour.stampinup.net. And all of this information is on my blog. So if you can just remember stampmesilly.com, you'll be all set. So what we need for this particular card is an 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4 card base. And then we're using two of our new in colors. One of them, let's see, is this actually an in color? I might be wrong. Let me look. I want to explain this anyway. If you're wondering where I got these tabs, look at last week's blog. So what I'm talking about is these in colors. I know Pretty Peacock is not one of our new in colors, but Wild Wheat is, which is what I'm using for the back and for the background of the sentiment. But Pretty Peacock has been added to, where's Pretty Peacock? Here, to our Regals. So we've shifted some of our colors around. We've changed some of our neutrals. We retired 11 colors plus our 5 2021 to 2023 in colors, except we only retired 4 of them because we decided to keep Fresh Freesia, but we've added it to our core colors. So there's been a refresh, and if that's confusing, ask me a question or go online to my blog. I have some explanation there. Anyway, back to this. We need a first layer of 4 by 5 1/4. In this case, I'm using Wild Wheat. And then I'm using some 6 by 6 DSP called Hello Irresistible. That is exclusively found on our website. So it's not in the catalog. You would go to my store, jandufour.stampinup.net, go to Shop Now, View Products, and down below you'll find online exclusives. What that does is allow Stampin' Up! To add and sell out of various and sundry items. I think there's 4 pages of things up there. And one of them is that paper, Hello Irresistible. There's also a stamp set and die set that goes with it, which I'm not using today. But the color is Pretty Peacock. The other side is a real pretty section. Let me show you some of the others. It's very pretty. There's 48 sheets, so it's a large pack. So there's a lot of the backgrounds are all of these, blurry blobs of color, which are beautiful. But, and you get like 4 sheets of each one. So these are all very pretty to look at, florals, but also lots that I found that I could use for guys, trying to make guy pages. So that's where the paper came from. Let me put this aside. And then you need a circle of Pretty peacock cut out with our punch. That is 2 3/8. This is in the annual catalog, so that's available. And then I cut the sentiment. I stamped it first. Look at the magic. And then I cut it out with the smaller of those die cuts, something fancy dies, and cut that out. And what you could do is cut some blanks, some just basic whites, and maybe some very vanillas. Leave them blank, and then make the whole card up, including the back. And then just stamp whatever sentiment you want at the time. And that comes in handy when you're looking around for a card. But this card goes together very simply. Let me tell you the measurements. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 to make your basic A2 card. Your first layer is the wild wheat, which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then your second layer is 3 3/4 by 5. And all I do, very simply, as you can probably guess, that's dirty, which doesn't matter because it's going to be on the back, is go ahead and frame it with some pretty, well, it would be better if I brought this in where you could see it. Oh, I love a good day. I don't know what your weather is here today, but this is obviously not posting today, but we're having lots of lightning and thunder and all kinds of fun noises outside. So apologize ahead of time. I'm having some difficulty at an angle here. Let me pull it a little closer and scoot a little closer to the edge. There we go. If you get 3 sides correct, the fourth one will automatically be correct. One of my sayings. I have lots of those, much to the chagrin of my kids, I think. All right, here goes this one. And of course, you can use any DSP. It would be pretty with flowers. You know, we've got absolutely gorgeous DSP that can be used. And then I have this circle on the online exclusives. There's 2, they brought back 2 of the circle punches. They brought back the 2-inch one and the 1 3/4. There is no rhyme or reason exactly where this goes. This is just where I chose to put it. I liked the offset. You know, of course you can put it anywhere you like. Then I used dimensionals, and these are our black dimensionals. Why am I using those? Because the 4 packs of the white dimensionals are still in picking. I didn't realize I was so far down, so the black ones are going to be just fine. I always put one in the middle or 2, depending, in case this gets mailed. You know, 1 layer of dimensionals is not going to hurt anything, but it can get kind of pushed down in the middle. You know, they use automated scanning machines and that kind of thing. And then, of course, it wouldn't be finished if we didn't put some kind of bling, but because this is a masculine card, I wanted my bling to be kind of subdued. I think I'll stick to the small one. Whoops, look at that jump. Using my pick tool. I like it right there. Put this away. And there you have it, folks. It's completely done. I'll tell you a quick funny story about the automated mailing machines. I get a newsletter from our family foundation, and it's just folded paper in halves, you know, with a little label or half circle on the top on each side to keep it closed. It is stapled together because there's usually 3 sheets or so. It went through the machine, only half of it survived, and that half was so compressed that when I pulled it apart, it actually tore off. So that's really a bad piece of mangled. It doesn't happen very often, but the post office very nicely put it in a little baggie that said, "We're sorry." And it also said that, you know, this doesn't usually happen, basically. I thought it was kind of funny. I asked for the digital copy, because I sent him a picture of what it looked like, and he said, "What did they do?" It didn't make it through the automated system. But anyway, there you go. I have a couple of other samples because I usually am playing around and trying different things. So I made this one. It has embossing on it just to make it a little bit different. And of course I used a piece of ribbon, made it kind of look like a present, used a different gem on it. And then I took the back side of this paper and reversed the color order. I think it's on the back side of this one. I'm not sure. At this, oh no, it's on the back side of this one. And this had too many lines in it for what I felt like I was doing with it. So, and the contrast of the circle wasn't enough. So I flipped it over and got the hearts. And this one will probably go for my husband. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click subscribe or join my website. When you first go to the website, a contact form comes up and that will put you on the postings. I only post once a week. The exception to that would be if there's like something like free shipping, which I know you all want to know. Email me again if you have any questions at jandufour.stampinup.net, or visit my blog if you're viewing me on YouTube. The blog is stampmesilly.com. Thanks very much, guys. Bye.